Hello and welcome to part number 14. In this part we're going to focus on creating a bush. So we're doing that with the groove as well. So if you are not using the groove, you can skip this one and download the assets from the course. But if you do have, stay tuned, and we're focusing on that. So this is the third layer. That's the layer with the grass and the tree recreated. And as you can see, I made a small addition on the bark. It's more, it's not more that straight. It's more bumpy. And the way I did that was, if I turn this off, I added a displacement. Where is the displacement? Ah, feels like sort of blind. Decimate. Where is it? No. Hey. Displacement. Ah, you're probably seeing it and I can't. Wow. What is this? Well, you get subdivision surface. Oh, displacement. That's ridiculous. So, adding that, and then I used the grass bump and made that a value of 0.02, and I added a subdivision surface to smooth it out. So you get something like this. If you turn this off and turn this off, it looks like the original, and in my opinion it wasn't looking pretty well. So first adding the displacement. By default, I think it's this. I make this 0.02. And then adding the subdivision. So you can even make that 2. Well, looks still nice. If you think it's too much, you can even make that 0.01. But I think something between 0.015 will do. So yeah, and it was created by this grass bump. So you can use it for the grass field, but also for the tree, so multiple times, and that is good. Anyway, we want to create a bush. So how I do it is a little bit of cheating. So maybe there is an easier way with the groove, but at least this way works well with a good result. So you go to add, mesh, the groove, and you go to this panel and you hit simulate a couple of times, 2, 3, 4. So, and maybe one more, and that's it. I'm not going to do anything else for tweaking this, but I'm going to sort of bake this so we don't have this panel anymore. And now I go to this panel and I convert this. I think nothing really happens, but if you go to object, object, convert to mesh from curve, and now maybe I like to hide this for a second, and we select this like so, and we delete it. I think still a bit too much. Something like this. All right. And now Alt H, and we have this back, and I don't want these. Oh, I'm selecting it. Yeah, go to the edit mode and delete it. So we still have these branches over there. And if we hit render, we have a sort of a bush. It's fake it till you make it. I mean, what is a bush? You can go as wild as you can. And especially with the beautiful twigs from the groove on the website, you can create all kind of variations on your bush. I'll keep it simple. This is the way how to create a bush, and yeah, that's it. So I'm moving this to layer 2. Yes, sort of my new asset. I think I did not move it. I thought I moved it. I like to name it. So put it in position. We'll join it So it's going to be one object. Control J. No. New object and data, and I think I can now join this pretty well too. Yeah. So you can, ooh, yeah, I think it's still pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. No idea why. No idea. T, remove doubles. Maybe there are some doubles. Ooh, I think, well, at least 7,000s. What I like to do is put the origin at the bottom. And it's ridiculous slow. Nice result, but it's slow. Alright. And object apply rotation scale. Look at that. So I'm dragging that right there. And to make this not that heavy, I make this a bound. So, and a little thing I like to do in my sample scene is what I tried. First, I'm going to disable this. So I've got a bit more speed in my viewport. Is I use the rocks, but maybe the bushes are looking better. So I go to object. We have to name it. Bush. Bush. And we go to this one and rename, because we're not using the rock particle, but it was a little bit obvious. Bushes. Hope I'm spelling that right. And we go to this and bush. And I hope we can see it. Or these bushes are really small. In fact, they should appear right now, but I can't really see it. Maybe I have to make this. Well, that's pretty funny. You can't see it. What if I turn this back on to texture, go to layer 3, and oh, if this does not work, I'll have to apply it again. But I think it's wicked. So yeah, remove this. It's not really the way I like to have it, but it's probably a bug or something. Make this advanced, make it like 12 bushes in the scene, random, and you go to object and bush. Yeah, now it's waiting. Ooh, look at that. We have bushes in the scene. Probably did something wrong. Because ooh, you definitely want to make this a bounce. Oh yeah, bounce. And now we have bounce in the scene. Yes. And we need to do the rotation work on it. Rotation on the X. Yeah. Size them a little bit, like so. Now we have got one in the middle of the viewport. I don't really like that. Random size is good. Let's make this 10. I hope it. Ooh, it skips there. No. What if we do the flower? Oh, then it's good as well. So, first render. We just have some bushes in the scene, and we render. We need to have the light applied, and we need to apply the grass and grass main. And there you go. Well, I thought they were really big, but Now they are a bit smaller. I think we can still tweak this to a value of 4. Oh, look, the slowness in my viewport. And now they are bigger. So I think 3 will be a bit better. But this is not to create a perfect scene. This is a sample scene where we put our assets in and see what's happening. And I think this works very well as a bush. I guess. At least I guess it's working pretty well. And I'm thinking aloud what we can do else in this scene. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this bush. So you can add them manually or with a particle system. I will turn it off for now. It's quite heavy. So one other thing that I'd like to show you. That's pretty cool. Turn this off. And I hope this works. It's just a sort of a bonus that I know that Blender includes. Is go to User Preferences and you go to type in Ivy and Ivy Gen. Turn it on. It's Blender included. It's not paid. So you put your cursor somewhere like there to the rock or here. It really depends. This is just a quick test. You go to Curve, add Ivy to Mesh. What is this? This is a sort of tree climbing on stuff, but there is a huge risk that it's not climbing well because it's a hard surface object. Okay, we do it again. Add Curve. Ooh, now it's gone. Oh, you have to select the builder or the rock. Add Curve. Oh, look at that. I like that, and we can see it in the viewport. Oh no. So we can do 2 things. We move the builder. Yeah, let's do that. Because I think I know I like to tweak the Ivy still. And we put it there. This is trial and error. Add mesh, no curve. Oh, we select this every time again. Okay, nice. And now we open this panel T, and you can decide how the ivy will grow. I think by default this is made 1. I made 3 of it, and I increase this. And I think, yeah. And you think, well, how can I apply leaves on it? Well, you click on it and you go to new and you open image texture, open organic. Well, I prefer something that looks like an ivy, but I guess I don't have it at the moment in my library. So for example, we use this one. Okay, and we have to make it transparent. So that was at shader, mix shader. We're going to add shader transparent. Yeah, we put it right there. And I think the alpha value, we put this over there. So, let's make a render. Looking decent. What's going on? Let me turn this. Yeah, way better. And of course, this is a quick sample. You need the right ivy on this. At the moment, I'm not really happy with it. But you can see that you can let ivy grow on objects. It's a really nice and powerful way to do that. I'm not going to adjust the materials with glossy and translucent. This is a quick setup, and you can even, that's a great tool, select these, go to new, and make it brown or something. I mean, you don't have to put a texture on. Ooh, my mouse is doing weird again. Should invest in something better. Yeah, and when you hit render again, there you go. So I agree there are lots of Ivy stuff there. So let's do a couple of things to improve this. So we call this Ivy. Yeah. And we remove it because we now know how to make it. So, and we go to add curve. Oh, how fun is that I do this every time the wrong. Okay, there it is. You can change the leaf setting, Ivy leaf size, and I think if we make this like 0.25 on a like so, and we update the Ivy, yeah, it's less because we had a lot of them, and I like to have a bigger one, a bigger Ivy. So update it again. Okay, now it's bigger, and it can even more probability. Yeah, that's the right word. And update Ivy. Okay. Yeah, there are a lot way more settings, and you get lost if you go there. And I talk about it 10 minutes for every single object. It's it is what it is. Ivies. It's a bad thing to explain everything in a course, but and you're following that up. There needs to be freedom in creativity. So and render. All right. So with the right Ivy image, it looks even more realistic. Yeah, so if you have a fence or something, you put your cursor on the spot and you let it grow. And if it's a very, I mean, when you start like so, and we update the Ivy again, it's a very small one. And if I go wild, like 6, and update Ivy, it's like it's totally covered, and it's a nice effect as well with the right image if you have it. Oh yeah, every time we have to enable the Ivy texture. Not my favorite. Yeah, that's it. And with a bit of translucency, it will look more realistic. So yeah, that's trees or plants are always growing on the spots you don't want them. But the fun thing is, in the end, it will look more realistic when you let the nature grow wherever it wants, and not trying to make it that perfect. That's a silly thing. So I think this is kind of too much, but you get an idea how it behaves. So I will remove it. I'm not really happy with it. And that makes an end of this chapter. We create a tree, rocks or builders, give it a name, grass with flowers and weeds. It's all very, I mean, basic stuff. And it's up to you that you make cool, nice variations. And you go outside and look for very nice Ivy images, and you pick them, or you make photos, or you scan it on your scanner, and you start working and making beautiful scenes. It will be a little bit weird if I try to make that totally awesome scene. That's really hard to get that result. It's not my target in this course. It's like this is the tool. This is just a way. I'll try it, and here you go. Give it a try. Because if you don't know where to find these tools, you can spend weeks or maybe years to get there, and it's a bit silly. Why should you not share that information? But it's definitely not the best of the best, because you have to find out. You have to find the tools that fits the best for you. And I don't like to brainwash you with use these values, use these settings, and if you don't do it, your scene looks not good. Anyway, that's it. End of chapter 6. I can't wait to go to the part where we create pets. That's chapter 7. I will still use this scene, but we're gonna generate a nice path through it. Why a complete chapter for pets? Because there is a lot of variations. There's also street design, like creating stones and all that stuff. Yeah, that's what I like to show you in the next chapter and spend some time on it. And but we're getting there. We're getting further and further and making a lovely landscape scene and more nice environments. Anyway, see you in the next chapter. Bye bye.